Hey guys, welcome back to Southern Gal True Crime. I share missing persons, cold cases, true crime news, and more. And today, in this video, I have an update on the Dee Warner case. For anybody who is not familiar with these cases, Dee Warner went missing in Michigan in 2021. In November of 2023, her husband, Dale Warner, was arrested and charged with her homicide, even though at that time her remains had not been found. But just recently, within the last few days, her remains have been found. So I just want to bring you this update. And first, we're going to take a look at just a quick timeline, like I said, for anybody who is not familiar with these cases. But on April 25th of 2021, Dee's friend said that she saw Dee drop off her daughter, Dee's daughter. And the court documents indicate that Dee told her friend that she was going to meet her husband, Dale. And the reason that Dee was going to meet with Dale was that she had decided there was DV in the relationship, a bunch of things going on. And Dee had decided that she was going to leave Dale. She was going to file for divorce. She had dropped off her daughter with either family members or friends because she did not want their daughter to be there while she was having this conversation with her husband. So family and friends worked with police in the following days to find Dee, because after she went to meet Dale to have this talk with him, she was never seen again. So family and friends contacted police to help search for Dee. They searched the wooded areas, properties near the family home. The Lenawee County Sheriff Troy Beaver said that Dee did not have her cell phone on her when she went missing. Tip lines were set up for any information about Dee's whereabouts. And fast forward to October of 2021, several months had passed. There was still no sign of Dee's whereabouts. Authorities weren't able to find her. She was not active on social media. The Lenawee County Sheriff's Department did bring in the federal agencies to help in the search for Dee. The Michigan State Police, FBI, DNR were all brought in. In March of 2022, almost a year after Dee initially went missing, authorities issued new search warrants in her case. A search team scoured Lenawee County. Her family offered a $50,000 reward for anyone who could help find Dee or her remains, as the family no longer believed that she was alive. Dee's family ended up hiring a private investigator to look into her case, Billy Little. Little said he and the family came up with a new game plan on how to approach the case. And due to this, the family considered the possibility of a wrongful death case. In September of 2022, the family's $50,000 reward remained unclaimed. They sought out a judge to have Dee declared legally deceased by the courts so that other pieces of her case could move forward. Hearings on the petition for Dee's death declaration went on for months. And despite everything that was going on, Dale and his lawyer still argued that Dee was still alive. In April of 2023, the 2-year milestone of Dee's disappearance came and went. Still no answers. Throughout the investigation, Dale's attorney argued that Dee had just packed up and left, stating they claimed that Dee had done this before. And I think when the story, because I have covered the story since just not too long after it was reported in the news, and I will put a link in the description box to the original video or live stream that I did on Dee's case with a lot more information. So please do check it out. But Dee's family did not believe what Dale's attorney was saying, that Dee had just up and left. I think Dale claimed that she had gone to Jamaica or Mexico or something of that nature. Authorities confirmed that Dale and Dee had in fact gotten into an argument before Dee went missing, on the day that she had dropped off her daughter and went to have this discussion about leaving Dale and filing for divorce. So in May of 2023, still no charges in Dee's disappearance, but that didn't stop her family from filing a wrongful death lawsuit against her husband Dale. In September of 2023, a judge ruled that Dale could not sell off his and Dee's assets because they owned an agricultural farmland together. I believe he owned a trucking company, but Dee owned the majority of the assets. And he was later charged with the contempt of court after he did sell off assets that belonged to both he and Dee. In November of 2023, Dale was charged by the Lenawee County Sheriff's Department for allegedly taking the life of his wife Dee after she was legally declared deceased, a decision that Dee's family had been waiting for nearly 2.5 years. And it's what they call, I think he was charged initially with what they call open homicide or a no-body homicide. So fast forward to May of 2024, a judge heard evidence to determine whether or not Dale Warner would go to trial in May of 2024. The preliminary hearing lasted 3 days, and it was continued into June. On June 7th of 2024, a judge ruled that Dale would face a jury on charges of homicide and tampering with evidence, and the trial was set. Even though, once again, at that time, in May of this year, 2024, Dee's body has still not been found. So now we're going to fast forward again to August 16th of 2024. They did another search of Dale's property. And I'm going to read an article to you right quick on the search warrant. The search warrants were at 2 properties belonging to Dale Warner. Authorities confirmed Warner, as we know, faces a homicide trial in his wife Dee's disappearance. Michigan authorities executed additional search warrants Friday, August 16th, at 2 properties belonging to a Lenawee County man accused of homicide in his wife's disappearance. 2 properties owned by Dale Warner, whose wife Dee Warner disappeared in April of 2021, were part of the search. Authorities at the scene confirmed the search was connected to Dale Warner, the Warner family farm, and a property on Paragon Road were the focus of Friday's search. The latest warrants joined several others that had taken place in connection to the case. In October of 2021, the Warner family farm was the site of an extensive multi-day search, which authorities said did not find evidence of Dee. In May of 2023, authorities searched an area including 70 properties off of M50 between Beebe and Pentecost Highways in Franklin Township, Michigan. The investigation expanded to the south side of M50 near Onstead Highway, but there was no further developments at that time. A Michigan State Police team with special services, including a Marine Service team, used diving gear to search bodies of water in the area. On March 12th, the day after Dee was declared deceased, authorities searched a marsh near the Warner family farm. Dee's family rallied community search efforts since she went missing on April 25th, 2021, and supported law enforcement's investigation into her disappearance. In 2022, the family petitioned the courts to declare Dee legally deceased. Dale was charged with homicide in Dee's disappearance. and he is scheduled to appear in a pretrial hearing on September 4th of this year, 2024. But I'm wondering, it's been speculated that since they have found her remains, they have identified, and I'll bring that information to you also, that the court date may get pushed back since they now have the remains of positive identification. So the pretrial hearing may be pushed back. It says it is unclear what may have prompted Friday's search and whether or not anything was found at either property. So we do know now, after this article came out, that it was actually Dee's brother, and I'll give you some more information on, and I do have a short video clip to play too. It was actually Dee's brother, Dee's brother, who suggested that they search this shed on this property. He just found some things that just didn't look right, which we'll get into in a little bit. And so it was actually her, like I said, her brother, who suggested that authorities search, and they ended up finding her remains. So we will go to that portion. So it was announced on August 18th, which was that Sunday, that human remains had been found. Let me find that article. So on August 21st, no, on August 18th, it was originally reported that human remains recently found. Sorry, I'm swatting ads. Okay, this article is from August 18th. Investigators discovered human remains during a search of property that belongs to a man whose wife disappeared years ago and is presumed deceased. Dee Warner was reported missing by her family on April 25th, 2021. Dale John Warner, 56, is charged with open homicide and tampering with evidence in connection to his wife's disappearance. The Michigan State Police recently searched property in Lenawee County belonging to Dale Warner and found human remains, the agency said Sunday, August 18th, in a post on X. The remains are in the process of being recovered, and there will be a great deal of work and testing completed before positive identification is made, police said. The family of Dee Warner has been contacted and advised of the findings, police noted. Dee Warner, once again, was last seen on the morning of April 25th, 2021 on Munger Road in Franklin Township. Since then, she has had no contact with her family or friends by phone or social media. On October, once again, on October of 2021, there was an extensive search done. The private investigator that looked into Dee's disappearance said in May 2022 that he believed Dee's husband Dale took his wife's life, then hid the body. The investigation remains ongoing. Just has information that we've already gone over. And I do have, so her remains were actually found sealed inside of this tank that you see here on the overlay. It was a tank that held anhydrous, it's not fertilizer, ammonia, I believe it was. It had been, and I do have a video clip, but I just want to give you a close-up look. That is the tank that they found the remains in. So I'll play this short video clip for you right quick. It's just about 2 minutes long.
Imagine what the family of Dee Warner has been going through searching for her for years now. But tonight they're telling me exactly the location where they believe her body was hidden for all these years.
I wasn't here at the time that they removed the tank, but it was setting in here separate from these other tanks that are over here.
Greg Hardy says the presumed remains of his sister Dee Warner were found in an anhydrous tank just like this one, sealed in an airtight cylinder in the dark, potentially for years. Her husband Dale Warner is the man accused of placing her there.
In the dark of night, in a building that had no cameras, slide her body in there, put the end cap back on it, and weld it completely shut. And then attach that to a chassis, paint it, even have the gall to put his logo on it to make it look like it was normal, and then took it and stored it with other tanks so it would look like it was just another one of the fleet. That's so premeditated and so heinous that he deserves nothing less than murder one, no parole.
Dale Warner has already been charged with open murder.
He lied to his family. It put them through all kinds of pain. He hid the evidence. He went to a lot of trouble to hide the evidence. He lied to the officials, the investigators, repeatedly.
As police work to 100% ID the body, one big worry is the well-being of Dee's youngest daughter, who's now 12 and has to grow up without her mother.
It's obviously been traumatic for her. She has a father in jail and a mother that's dead.
And Greg really was the man who pressured investigators to take a look at the tanks after noticing some unusual activity. We know that the autopsy will be happening this upcoming Tuesday, and if this is indeed ID'd as Dee's body, then that means it was located less than 4 miles from her home this entire time. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Okay, so that was the shed where she was found. You heard her brother say there that she was her remains were put in there by allegedly by her husband Dale. It was resealed, welded shut, repainted, stickers put on it to make it look like the other one. So as he said, somebody went to Dale allegedly went to great lengths to try to make sure that his wife's body would not be found. But it was, and August 21st, today as I'm recording this, it was, her remains were identified. And I do have another article. All right, this article is from August 21st, 2024. Human remains recently found on the property of a Lenawee County man have been identified as Dee Warner, the man's wife, who has been missing since 2021. Michigan State Police announced Wednesday on social media. Police have ruled Warner's death a homicide, but the manner of death is being withheld from the public pending further investigation, a post said. Although there has been positive identification on the remains and the manner of death has been confirmed, this is an ongoing investigation, MSP said. Investigators will continue to gather evidence and work with the Lenawee County Prosecutor's Office to ensure a conviction, end quote. Warner's remains were found Sunday on the property of her husband, Dale Warner, who was charged with open homicide and evidence tampering in connection with her death in November of 2023. His pretrial hearing is scheduled for September 4th in Lenawee County Circuit Court, and if he is convicted, he faces up to life in prison. Warner, a mother of 5 and a grandmother, was 52 at the time of her disappearance in April of 2021, according to Crime Stoppers of Lenawee County. She was last seen at her Munger Road home in Franklin Township. Michigan State Police did not immediately respond to a request for a comment on where these remains were found, but police previously confirmed it was not at the Munger Road property, and the celebration of Dee's life was held by her family in the spring. All right, well, that was the latest update in the Dee Warner case. I will keep up with this case, and whenever, if they do keep the date at September 4th for his pretrial hearing, I'll update again. Or like I said, there's speculation that since Her remains now have been found and positively identified. That all the court proceedings may get pushed back just so the prosecutors, the state has some time to work on the case, strengthen it a little bit. Like I said, I will keep you guys up to date on it. Like I said, I will link my original video that I did on this case in the description box. Please give this video a like if you found it interesting, informative. Leave a comment and let me know what you guys think about this case. Share it to your social media platforms. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.